workouts in between to keep the horse prepared well. So it was a workout, and at the end of the workout, very, very sadly, Medina Spirit, a real champion, a fantastic little horse, who had really matured and grown up and was just really proving himself, um, had a heart attack. A little different in a horse than in a person, because a horse is an herbivore and, doesn't have blocked arteries due to, cholesterol and things like that. So with a heart attack, when it happens with a horse, it's a little bit different than a human. It's certainly not something that can normally be discovered. It's very elusive in a horse. It's normally almost every time that a heart attack happens, if in fact that's what the necropsy reveals with the results, is very elusive, like I said, and it is normally an aortic failure, and it's normally catastrophic and very, very quick. It isn't something that you can find normally. Horses are very large. It's very difficult to be able to see the way you can with a person, a dog, or a horse if there's any problems. Now, normally if a horse is born with some kind of a hereditary issue with the heart, that would be recognized far sooner than his age, which is of course 3 going on 4. So most likely will be found to be an aortic rupture. There is another electrical possibility in the heart, but that can't be revealed in a necropsy because there's no sign of that after. If there was, in fact, like an electrical failure that suddenly happened. But, most vets think that it was a heart attack from the way that he collapsed. It's very, very sad. Of course, we're heartbroken. We're heartbroken because he's a horse and we loved him, but we're also heartbroken because he was a Florida bred champion, born here in the Spa-Antony area to a very dear friend of mine, Dale Rice, a very small breeder who only bred 2 horses that year, and he was one of them. So, a Derby winner, ran second to the Breeders' Cup Classic winner, Nick Stowe, which is nothing to be ashamed of, by the way, as Nick Stowe has the most points on the Longines records in the United States of America. So running second to Nick Stowe is definitely nothing to be ashamed of. He ran a beautiful race in the Classic. And, there was really no way that anybody could have known there was a problem until he collapsed. So, very sad.
I've watched a lot of talking heads that, aren't necessarily horse people, but they get paid on sports channels to give their opinions and all. And they immediately go, well, that track, it has its issues. And Bob Baffert, he has his issues. Is there any indication that the location of where this happened or the trainer, that it had anything to do with this tragic accident, or was it just a health issue that's just one of those things that you never see coming?
Absolutely no connection whatsoever with the track, for absolutely certain, because a track does not determine whether a horse has a heart attack. Heart attacks in horses of his age are very, very rare, and something definitely, ruptured or failed in some way, either, like I said, an electrical failure or a rupture. The horse clearly was one of the most well-taken care of horses I've ever met. I was in Bob Baffert's barn twice, once after the Derby and once after the Breeders' Cup Classic with this horse. And honestly, I've never seen better care. In fact, I've had regular carrots taken out of my hand and had baby organic carrots peeled, put in my hand to give to Bob Baffert's horses by Bob Baffert's staff, because they are so meticulous and particular. Massive bags of fresh, beautiful hay, bedding so deep I could sleep in it myself and be more comfortable than the Hilton. I've never seen horses groomed, loved, and treated as well as the horses in Bob Baffert's barn, except maybe in Mark Cassie's barn, where the same meticulous care. I've been behind the scenes. If in fact you want to think that Bob Baffert's a bad guy, then if a horse had a heart attack during a race, then you could maybe point some fingers and try to say there was something, if that's your opinion of Bob Baffert. It is not mine. But a workout doesn't make any sense whatsoever that the horse would have been given anything, because nobody's trying to prove anything in a workout.
They're just stretching his legs more so than in a regular gallop. Louisa Barton.
Exactly.
Louisa Barton, she works as the CEP Equine Initiative Director, and she also has her own show called The Horse Talk Show. Louisa, thanks for taking a few minutes out with us to help us with this tragic event and help us with a better understanding. Thanks, and have a great rest of your day.
You too, Tom. Thank you.
We'll be right back after this timeout. 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
Howdy, folks. RL here for Dairy Queen again to tell you about what's hot and what's not. Dairy Queen has some of the best char-grilled chicken breasts on earth, as well as their chicken breast salad. And the burgers are exceptional, cooked on a real grill for the best flavor and less fat. And for dessert, blizzards are unequaled. Personally, banana split is my all-time favorite. Dairy Queen Silver Springs, where we always treat you like kings and queens.
Ocala Business Leaders Incorporated is a group of independent local firms providing a wide range of quality goods and services. Each firm strives to maintain the highest level of professional integrity and 100% customer satisfaction. When you're looking for goods and services, call a member of the Ocala Business Leaders, and we are confident you will be pleased with the results. If you're interested in becoming a member of the Ocala Business Leaders, join us at the Ocala Municipal Golf Course, 3130 East Silver Springs Boulevard, any Wednesday at 6:30 a.m. and enjoy a breakfast on us. For more information, check OcalaBusinessLeaders.com.
Each morning, we wake up thankful to live in a free nation with liberty and justice for all. But sometimes those liberties can be put in jeopardy, and you may have questions about what to do or who to call. Let Doc Blanchard of Blanchard, Miriam, Adele, and Kirkland help you find the answers. Attorneys at law since 1974 and located in downtown Ocala. If you have legal issues, don't go it alone. Call 352-732-7218. Blanchard, Miriam, Adele, and Kirkland, helping protect your liberties every day.
Will this be the year you finally get to enjoy Christmas at home? Let the Personal Service Center help you with your presents and goodies. They can gift wrap them, box them up, and ship them out, leaving you more time to enjoy the real meaning of the season. Personal Service Center, corner of Northeast 25th Avenue and 24th Street, 352-789-6683. Look for the yellow signs.
Tick-tock. The days fly by, and we find tax season is upon us once again. Not to worry, though. With a reputable CPA firm on your side, you can rest assured that all of your needs will be handled in a professional and thorough manner. Robson, Scribner & Stewart is just that firm. They're there for their clients year-round, not just during tax season, to handle your needs and answer any questions you may encounter. At Robson, Scribner & Stewart, there is no client too small or too large. Their expertise ranges from the single individual to the largest of corporations. Get your return prepared by a professional who will use their years of experience to ensure that your tax return's outcome will leave you in the best possible position. Call them today at 694-4184. Robson, Scribner & Stewart. They're there for you today. Again, that number is 694-4184. Time is of the essence, so don't delay. 694-4184.
Welcome to Gene Powell Pasture Mowing. Gene and Debbie thank you for another successful year and to wish you and yours a year ahead full of faith, family, and friends. It's no secret that we have and will face some challenges this year. Now more than ever, we need to reach out to make our workplace a caring community. Wishing you peace, hope, and a brighter new year. Powell Gene, Gene, @yahoo.com. 352-629-2440. Gene Powell Pasture Mowing. 352-629-2440. Gene is a proud United States veteran.
Hey there, I have a question for you. Is your roof asphalt and does it look like it needs replacement? Did you get quotes and were you in sticker shock? Would you like to save not hundreds, but thousands of dollars? Did you call RoofMax? Well, call RoofMax with their patent-pending technology, which can add years to your roof without needing to replace it. And it's easy. You just pick up the phone for a free quote. Plus, they use state-of-the-art satellite technology to measure your roof. So, if your roof is over 7 years old, then you should call RoofMax today at 352-639-2777. That's 352-639-2777.
Good credits, bad credits. It's none of our business because we're not an auto dealer. We're not a bank. We're not your mother. We're OcalaForSale.com. Marion County's marketplace for cars, trucks, and SUVs. We've got thousands of sellers standing by to take your call. No middleman. Hurry, don't walk, don't run. Just sit down and log on to OcalaForSale.com. Prices and inventory change daily. Offer does not include dealer upcharge. Undercutting, rust proofing, factory surcharge, or delivery fee. See website for details.
Shamrock Security Systems, 629-3223. Shamrock Security Systems is located here in Ocala, Florida. Shamrock Security Systems is a top-rated alarm company offering 24/7 monitoring, video surveillance, fire and flood protection. You'll sleep a little better once the job is done. Shamrock Security Systems for over 31 years. 629-3223. Get a 100% free quote from Shamrock Security. 629-3223.
You're having another great day and you have good taste tuning into WOCA The Source with Ocala Talks and Tom Schmitz. Well, 1 out of 2 isn't bad.
Welcome back to wrap up Ocala Talks. Hard Luck Love Song, filmed in Texas, released by Lionsgate. It's a gritty crime thriller love story inspired by acclaimed songwriter Todd Snider's semi-annual Americana hit, Just Like Old Times. Joining us on the phone this morning is award-winning director Justin Corsby to talk about that movie. Justin, good morning to you.
Hey, good morning. Thanks for having me on.
You know, Just Like Old Times, I know the song. It's a great song. Tell us how that song morphed into a gritty crime thriller love story.
Sure, yeah, I'm a I'm a big music fan. Really love Americana music and old honky-tonk music and stuff like that, and I'm a longtime fan of Todd Snider, the songwriter. And he comes from kind of a tradition of storytelling troubadours like Johnny Cash or Chris Christopherson or whatever. So I thought there were such interesting, rich characters that were built in that song, and such a dynamic opportunity for storytelling. And so it just had this great framework of people and a story that I was interested in hearing more about. So what I did was I took this kind of framework from it and inspiration from it and expanded it out, and kind of filled in their backstory, where they came from, what the tension between them was, and how they got to where they are now, and kind of where they might be going in the future. It was just a really great launch pad for me.
Talk about, because it has been already in theaters. Now you can get it at different outlets all over the internet. Talk about what it takes with a story like this to get people on board through with actors and all, to get them hooked the same way you were hooked into telling the story.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the film's kind of winding down its movie theater run, is now on demand everywhere. So, Amazon Prime Video, Apple iTunes, DirecTV, basically everywhere you rent movies, you can rent it now. So that's cool, because I think it's going to be able to kind of expand to that wider audience of people who, love to stay home and, watch movies on the weekends and whatnot. Part of the, I think music is just such a, important thing for people. It's such an inspiration and such a creative thing that people, lean on to get through hard times, or to kind of inspire them, or to just make them kind of, feel good as they go through life. So actors were definitely very excited by the idea that this is a film kind of based on a song and inspired by a storytelling song. For creative people, and I think people in all walks of life, just music is such an important kind of aspect of, their day-to-day. So I think the idea of taking something, an existing thing like a song, and kind of expanding that and creating a new story out of it was just really appealing to the actors. So they were really on board. They loved the whole kind of genre of music, and the idea of telling this like really character-driven kind of story. Even though it's got these like crime thriller plot lines and these other elements to it, really at the core, it's just, about characters, about real people kind of trying to make it in life. So I think those elements are all really appealing to them.
What I liked about the movie was, even though it is a crime thriller, gritty love story, drama type thing, it really is. Without giving too much of the movie away, when I watched it, I thought, they're chasing the American dream in their own way, in their own attitude. They're chasing their American dream. And I love movies that show, even through the thriller aspect and the love story, I love movies that show the American dream is still alive and well.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's one of the things that the song kind of touches on that, living out their own kind of American dream is kind of one of the lines in the song. And I really embraced that myself. For some people, the American dream is a house in the suburbs and a white picket fence. And for other people, it's a late night pool party at a cheap motel when all your friends are there and you can celebrate. So I really kind of leaned into that. This is, everybody's got that American dream in them, and it's just different for different people. And I really kind of leaned into exploring, what makes these characters tick and kind of how they enjoy their, life, living day by day and just getting by on getting by, if you know what I mean.
I certainly do it every day. I get by on getting by every day because radio. You don't get into radio because you want to make millions of dollars. Trust me on that. You get by. You get by to get by. Hey, let me ask you this though. You filmed this movie. Probably started filming, I would guess, in probably 2019, or maybe you did some in 2020. But how did the pandemic affect the overall outcome of this movie and the distribution and getting it to market? How did the pandemic play into that?
Yeah, good question. Like everybody was really disruptive, like everybody in their businesses and their jobs and their day-to-day life. It really disrupted us. We actually finished this film right before pandemic hit, and we're in the process of finding distribution for the film and all that kind of stuff right when it hit. So we basically went on, a 1.5-year delay where we sat on the movie ready for it to go to audiences, but, movie theaters weren't open and kind of the world was still trying to figure out how it was going to kind of return to normal and function. So we sat on the movie but finally, kind of earlier this year, once things started to kind of return back to normal, we were excited to bring it out to audiences.
Sophia Bush and Michael Dorman, they play the two love-crossed people in the movie. You got Dermot Mulroney, he's in the movie, but you got a good old Georgia boy too, Eric Roberts. Talk about working with that cast, because that's not a shabby cast you booked in this movie.
I know. It's such a great cast. I feel so fortunate. This is my debut, feature film, and for me to be able to attract such a great cast was, a real honor for me, and it just really helps bring the movie to life too. I mean, these actors are tremendously talented, and they just kind of breathe, authenticity into these characters and kind of take them from being interesting and unique on paper to being kind of real fleshed out people. So Michael Dorman and Sophia Bush are amazing in the film. The chemistry between them is just palpable. And then getting to work with people like Dermot Mulroney and Eric Roberts. Eric Roberts is Academy Award nominated actor. So getting to work with him on my first film is really great. And then we also have, we have hip-hop icon RZA from the Wu-Tang Clan is also in the movie. So
that's right. I forgot about RZA.
Great, cast.
I forgot about RZA from Wu-Tang.
Yeah, just a really he's so good. Just a really, great cast across the board, and just so fortunate to get to work with these really talented actors. And man, it really makes the movie sing.
Talking with Justin Corsby, he is the award-winning director, making his first feature-length debut with the movie Hard Luck Love Song, wrapping up its theater run right now, but going to it's everywhere on demand if you want it on demand. Tell people where they can find the movie, and tell people if they want to find more information about what you do, where they can find that.
Sure, yeah. So, there's a website for the film, hardlucklovesong.com, and the film is now available. You can rent it on demand everywhere. So Amazon Prime Video, Apple iTunes, Redbox, Google Play, pretty much everywhere you rent movies. So, yeah, it would be awesome for people to go check it out. It's been a challenging time for getting indie films out there to audiences, and so this is kind of the lifeblood of it, is getting out there, spread the word, and getting people to learn about it and find it, where they rent movies on demand.
Well, I enjoyed it because not only was it a love story that you can, sit with your wife or girlfriend and say, oh, I can watch a movie with you, but there was a crime thriller aspect to it as well. So I really thought it was a great movie and a great directorial debut. Congratulations to you and much more success to you. But Hard Luck Love Song, if you hadn't seen it, if you know the song, the movie does really good justice to the song. Thanks, Justin, for what you did for the movie, and thanks for joining us today.
Hey, thanks so much for having me on. Really appreciate it, and thanks to all the audience members out there for supporting radio and music and film. We appreciate you.
Thanks. Have a great holiday.
You too.
That's going to wrap up Ocala Talks on a Wednesday. Look, I'm trying to make it a Thursday instead of a Wednesday. Real quick, birthdays before we get out of here. Today, Kim Basinger, 68 years old, and Terry Hatcher of their real and their spectacular fame on Seinfeld. She is 57. Nicki Minaj, 39 today. I want to thank all my listeners, all my guests, and all my callers. Without you, this show wouldn't be possible. I'm Tom Schmitz, and this has been Ocala Talks on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
Broadcasting from the Ocala International Airport, this is